Thanks for joining us in the kitchen today. We're gonna be roasting a chicken in my Dutch oven, and this is the first time that I've ever roasted a chicken in a Dutch oven. So come join me and we'll try it out. So one thing that I'm trying to do in our house is to take a step a little bit away from the modern conveniences that may be bringing more toxic chemicals into our home. Some of these ways that I'm planning to do that is by reducing the amount of plastics we use in our house, by changing what we're cooking on, and changing our household cleaners, changing what products we put on our body, take into our body. Now, I wish I could just go through and make a clean sweep and make these changes all right now, but we live on a budget, we have several kids in our house, and making that huge change just isn't a possibility for us. We have to take it one step at a time. Last year we switched from using the Teflon coated pans, and now we're using cast iron skillets for just about all our cooking, other than for soups or for roasts, for things that require a bigger pot. My husband a few years ago had kind of gotten into preparing for possible disasters, preparing for the future, or things that we may need to do to take care of ourselves, to be more self-sufficient. But we spent a lot of that time gathering things and not quite learning how to use them and putting them into use. And so yesterday, actually, we were downstairs in our basement going through the storage, trying to find some things, and lo and behold, we had a brand new Dutch oven in it. And I was like, what? When did we get this? And he told me a couple years ago, and I'm like, why are we not using this? I have pots and pans that still have Teflon in them, and the reason we haven't replaced them is because I didn't think we could afford a Dutch oven. So we pulled it out. I was brave. I threw my soup pot in the garbage, and today we are gonna break open that Dutch oven and we are gonna use it for the first time, and we're gonna roast us some chicken. Okay, first thing we're doing is chopping up the veggies. So another thing our family is trying to do is trying to try new kinds of vegetables. I've already cut up the parsnips, which was something we've tried this winter and found we really like. I cut up the rutabaga. That's something else we tried this winter, and we found we really, really liked rutabaga as well. So I've tried radishes raw before, and I did not love them. We are gonna try, I saw another video from another YouTuber where they cooked the radishes and cooked them with other root vegetables. So we are trying that tonight. We will see what we think. The recipe that I'm following for this chicken says to cook it at 300 degrees for about an hour and a half, then check the temperature. The recipe says that it should take about 2.5 to 3 hours to cook the complete chicken. Once it's reached a safe temperature, take the lid off and brown the top of the chicken. It's been about 2 hours and we're gonna check our chicken. Okay, we're about 143 degrees, so we're gonna put the lid back on and get that put in the oven. The chicken is at 170 degrees, so we're gonna put it in the oven with the lid off for a little bit and just brown the skin. Here's our chicken all cooked. We're gonna let it sit for a couple minutes and then we will cut it up and have some dinner. What do you think? You like it? Yeah. So here is all the leftover chicken that I picked off the carcass. Then in my crock pot, I have what bones and meat are left over. I've added an onion and some garlic. Inside this Tupperware, we have the veggies and the broth. I was really surprised how much broth, without adding any water to that roasted chicken, it made all that broth. So maybe we'll make some soup for lunch tomorrow out of that. And that has the rest of the veggies we didn't eat at dinner tonight. And then I'm going to add some carrots, some water. We're going to fill this up and let it cook overnight and make chicken broth that we will either freeze or can depending on how much we get from it. So we have 8 people that we're feeding in our house. We were able to feed all of us tonight at dinner. Well, technically we fed 7 of us because Colton, who's our gluten-free kiddo, with his sensory processing, he doesn't like meat. So he had to try a couple bites, but didn't really eat a full meal. But so 7 of us ate off of it. And we have this container full, which we will be using to make dinner tomorrow. And then we will have chicken stock from it. So we're able to use this chicken in multiple ways. I've got all my veggies in there, spices, topped it off with water. We'll let this sit overnight and have it cook down. And this is not my crock pot lid, but we will hopefully make it work because my crock pot lid has disappeared tonight. Who made that mess? Baby, who made that mess? So normally when I make a roast chicken, I can use that one roast chicken in 3 ways. We will make the first initial dinner where we just eat the roast chicken with some veggies and some side dishes. Then normally we'll make a second other dish with all the chicken I pulled off of the carcass. And then the third way we normally use it is making broth. And we're doing all 3 of those. With making it in the Dutch oven, it made all that wonderful extra broth in the pan, along with, we still had a lot of veggies left over after dinner. So today I thought for lunch I would take the veggies in that broth and mix it with a teeny bit of the chicken and some pasta, and we're going to have soup as well. So this roasted chicken is going to feed us 4 different ways, which is pretty cool. I ended up with 5 pint jars of chicken stock from our chicken carcass that was in the crock pot with the veggies. These will be going in my freezer. There's not enough of them for me to want to can them. Maybe in the future when I have multiple chickens to turn into stock, we'll do that, but for now these will just go in my freezer. Here is the 4th way that we've used that roasted chicken that we made. This is a chicken teriyaki casserole. It has rice, that shredded chicken, and then steamed veggies with a teriyaki sauce. I didn't do the whole recipe for this video because I was worried about the video getting kind of long. I still ended up with even more chicken that didn't go into here, so we'll either add that to the soup I made for lunch or just eat some more roast chicken as leftovers. So this is 4 ways that we use our chicken to take one chicken and feed our family 4 different times. Plus, I got to try out my new Dutch oven. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this, give us a like and a subscribe.